background. I see Dante didn't hold yours ransom.
No.
Thank God you're local, okay? So you guys see my check on eBay, let me know, okay? Because somebody's sending it to me, and I ain't got it yet, but no, stop.
Oh my goodness.
K&K, we have big plans actually for the Winning Women Network in the coming year,
Yes.
and really thrilled for the ATL to get some marching orders, and those of you women that are in the ATL, we're getting ready to do a WWN UOP takeover in the Dirty South.
Exactly.
What did you ladies think about the event? I know you guys, we did a lot of work, but what were your thoughts? Did you come home and were like pumped out of your mind? It doesn't matter which one you talk at once.
Well, I'll go first. I definitely was pumped out of my mind. The event was really good, and I know everyone here just keeps saying the same thing. It was just really content filled, and even for those of us that were speakers, I know I came back and I was on 10 in my business. I mean, it had been a while since I made videos. I'm creating videos again. My team is pumped. We're all in this thing, and we're really, really working, and you can just feel the momentum. And I know that Heidi said before that it's kind of like when you go to church and you get pumped up, except for this doesn't go away. I mean, it's just really, really lasting, and everybody has this energy, and we're ready for the next event because Chicago is going to fuel us to that next level, and this has just really been amazing.
Nice. Awesome. And your training was amazing. You guys, if you all enjoyed Kana's training, I need to chime in the chat box and let me know, like, that girl is amazing. Okay, I was like, what?
Thank you. Well, I think that's one of the things about women. Women are typically very, very resourceful. And that's one of the things that I preach over and over again for women to have is to be very, very resourceful, whether or not it's in your business or in your life. That's usually one of the strong suits that we have. And so if you're thinking about becoming a business owner, you got to learn how to be resourceful and work this thing out. And, DS Domination and the eBay platform gives you that that area to where you can do that. You can grow and you can be creative and you can do whatever you want to with this business. It's really amazing.
Yeah, that was definitely resourceful thinking, and thank you for sharing that. So if you guys don't have the DVD, oh my God, then you want to go to UOPDVD.com and grab the DVD. It's going to be worth every dollar that you invest. Remember, I told you that this 90 days, this next 90 days is about you investing in yourself and in your business. If you're making money and you're taking all your money and you're just blowing it, right, and you don't have a certain amount that you're putting back into your business, and shame on you, you need to get a different mindset, because you have to take some of a portion, whatever your number is, 20%, whatever that number is, and invest it back into the business if you plan on growing into something very big. Would you agree, Keisha?
Yes, definitely. You definitely have to invest it back into your business if you want it to continue to grow. And, what I love about our team is, all of you guys are just so real in that you actually preach that. You're not out there buying like the fancy cars and the big houses and stuff. Everyone on our leadership team is just so authentic, and it was just amazing being able to see that, to this weekend, because I didn't get to make it to the Vegas event. So it was just awesome seeing that, who they are online is exactly who they are offline. And I want to share something really quick as far as like events. Prior to DSD, I was with another company. I won't say the name, but I was able to recruit over there. My team was not able to make any money. And just like many others, at that time I was laid off and I wanted to go to the event. Didn't know how I was going to get there. Right. But it was my sponsor at that time who actually inboxed me and said, okay, why don't you come to the event, and actually paid for my event ticket. And I just paid for my plane costs. And for me, it was going to that event to, see if this is where I needed to be or whatever. But what happened is, I realized the event wasn't for me. That wasn't the company for me, but it was the connections that I made. So I got there to that event, didn't know how I was going to pay for my hotel room or anything, but I had the opportunity to actually be in a room with Keisha Bass. And that's where I actually met her. And, so that's where my journey, I say that's where it began, because if I wouldn't have gotten to that event, I wouldn't have been able to meet her. And when she started promoting this business, you know, I wouldn't have been like, okay, this is the real deal, because I know where she came from, and, you know, as far as like the business, and I trusted her, you know. And just like the person who's invited you to this hangout, trust them and be willing to invest the $20 and treat it like a business, because sometimes you see it as it's just $20, but it's more than that. This is an opportunity where it has changed so many lives in a short period of time, where you're not having, if you don't know how to recruit, you don't like recruiting, it's like, you know what, you don't have to do any of that. So, you know, you can't afford not to get to the events. You know, I will leave it at that. And one of the things too, I know when I got back, you know, from Atlanta, you know, I had a lot of team members inboxing me that couldn't make it to the event, and was like, okay, what happened at the event? This is not something that you can regurgitate and give back to someone, because there was so much value and so much content, and I would just mess it up and leave it out. So you need to either, you know, definitely get the DVD or be at the event and stuff, and, you know, don't make any excuses.
Yes, no excuses. That's the next thing. Next 90 days, no excuses, okay? Don't make any excuses. I'm giving you the game plan as we go. Set goals. Goals in the next 90 days, right? What are your income goals? What are you going to hit? What are you going to do? Set intentions, right? We want you to set, you know, intentions. Follow the training, okay? The training works. LaShawn just opened up a brand new eBay account last night and already has a sale on an account with 10 items, $1,000 limit. The training still works, even this, this late, it's still working, right? Getting clear. Rachel talked about that. Get really clear about, your business in the next 90 days. Who are you called to serve? You have to know that. Who are you called to serve? Because just because Keisha Bass is called to serve women does not mean that you're called to serve them too. There may be a different marketplace, a different target market that you're called to serve. But even though you may see some things that I do, and yes, you may model some things I do, but just because I do all my stuff in pink does not mean that now you have to run out and do your stuff in pink, right? You may have blue and pink, teal and pink, and you may have a bunch of different colors in your marketing to whomever you're marketing to, right? But in the next 90 days, you want to get really clear about who are you marketing to? Who are you called to serve, right? Even on your e-commerce business, you guys, the stuff that I give you, I can use it on anything, right? So I can use it on being an affiliate, about being clear about who your target market is. I can push you over to the e-commerce side and say the same thing. You want to get really clear about your brand, right? What is going to be in your store? What is your, for me, okay, I'll tell you, I set an intention that Essential Products, which is my company, right? Essential Products, right? Because we got the essential products. Okay, so because I know that my company has essential products, I say, the Bass family has a company that's like Procter & Gamble, right? So what does Procter & Gamble have? Things that are essential, like, washing powder, different. If you go and look on some of the labels, you'd be surprised how much stuff, toothpaste. I mean, they sell a lot of the essential stuff that we use every day, right? And so I know that because my company line is, essential products that people need. So when a product comes across my desk, somebody sent me a message. They say, Keisha, how do you select your products? I'll tell you how I select them. When something comes, I'm looking on, on doing some research. When something comes across my desk, across my screen, then I say, okay, does this fit into the product, into my product line? Okay. So, in this product line, now I may have, right, that may be, maybe something that's more not necessarily essential products. I may have a handbag line, but that's not going to be a essential product because purses are not really essential products in my company. Right now, your company, it may be essential, right? It may be one of the essential things for women to have sunglasses and purses or whatever, shoes. That may be essential in your company. It's not in mine. So you want to be really clear in the next 90 days on your eBay account. What am I selling? Get really clear, okay? So hopefully that helps you all. That's the 90-day game plan, right? If you stick with the plan, you'll be successful. Go with the plan, okay? Awesome. It looks like Chandy may be falling off and on. That's cool because right now I have prosperity. Member of the Year. I have the Member of the Year. I have UOP, the top income earner inside of the Unit of Prosperity. She had a check for $410,000 that we issued her on the stage. You can go to the Unit of Prosperity fan page. You can see all the pictures from this amazing event with all the checks and everything. You can see Miss Becky. Thanks. Becky, I thought about you today. Let me tell you why I thought about you. I went to a dinner. I went to a lunch or whatever. It was like my pastor's birthday dinner, lunch or whatever. And there was one of the deacons from the church or whatever. He was sitting across from me. He was playing this game on his phone. And I said, "What game are you playing?" And you want to know what game he's playing?
Candy Crush.
Candy Crush. And I thought about you. I said, "Oh my God, our top income earner was a Candy Crush game addict, and now she is a top income earner." And welcome Becky to the Hangout. I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, how does it feel?
Wow. What an amazing week and what an amazing event. I was so surprised, and I met so many wonderful people. I think that was one of the big takeaways for me is the people that were at the event, and also the training. It was phenomenal. And I had my notebook, and I was taking lots of notes, and even when I got back, if I didn't understand something, I would send an instant message and through Facebook and figure it out.
Wow. That is so cool. I just don't even know sometimes, like, where to start. And so, Becky, you still
He wants to go to Chicago with me. He's 11.
Huh?
I said my son is 11 and he wants to go to Chicago with me.
You should definitely bring him to Chicago. Okay, he should come to Chicago.
I said, should Dad and Bubba come too? He said, no, just you and me. But real quick, my DSD story. I started in January of 2013. I was looking to quit playing Candy Crush because I was playing way too much, and I have a full-time job. And I was also looking for tax write-offs from a home-based business. So I was online and I found Guest Domination. And as soon as I saw it, I just immediately knew that it was a brilliant marketing idea. And I was connected with Keisha and my sponsor, Pam. And they had a 10K in 90 days. I signed up for one of their boot camps. And I remember asking my sponsor if I was coachable. And she was like, coachable? Yes, you're coachable. And I was doing everything they told me to do, even though I didn't want to. I was taking that imperfect action, like posting 2 videos a day and writing on Facebook. And I had to get over some stigma about sending emails, once or twice a day. But I did. And the funny thing is this page, my Facebook page, is my business Facebook page, and I hang out on it more than I do my personal Facebook page now.
Wow. How cool is that? That is so, so cool. Candy Crush addict turned into a top income earner. That is amazing. What, my dear, would you tell someone what would you give someone that's in the business, right, that is saying, I just need something? What would you tell them to do for the next 90 days? What would be your piece of advice to them?
I would tell them to list at least 5 to 10 items per day. And even if they don't feel like it, to keep listing on eBay and just keep listing and don't quit, because working with DS Domination is similar to fishing. The more items that you have listed on eBay is like bait, so it increases your probability of getting a bite or a sale.
Nice. So list, and actually this is the second, I believe it's the second time that we've gotten that piece of information is to actually, the one who lists the most is the one who wins. Yvonne Anderson, who was teaching us about our feedback and stuff. Obviously, you can see she definitely knows eBay. I think at one point she was doing 5 figures or something like that on eBay, if I'm not mistaken, like something crazy. Anyway, she said the same thing. So you all, we have definitely far spent this night, and I see there's still people that are still here. So I definitely want to say thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're going to be back next week, but there is, like I said, I'm going to, bring a few things to your attention. If you're going to meet us in Chicago, you want to go to ulpevents.com and you want to grab your ticket to the event before this thing sells out. We have some amazing speakers that are coming, and I'm pretty sure once they hit their list with the event and the price point that we have at this point, we are pretty sure that we'll sell this event out. So get your ticket, okay, because it's going to be a lot of fun. Tomorrow night, we will be back again. There's going to be the Unit of Prosperity live Monday night hangout. We have some amazing people that will be coming on, both men and women, to come on Monday night to share with you, their success inside of DS or whatever the hosts come up with. Is always something interesting and exciting, and you want to be here because what you continually hear, you will eventually believe. And we host these so that you can actually you can build your belief system, because we know, I know firsthand, when I first got in, I didn't really believe as much as I should have believed. And so, as Keisha said, we're all about being 100 with you, right? I'm not here to, to twist your arm about $20, right? Because that's just not, you don't really have to really go into a whole, whatever, about 1995. A lot of you, it's just that you've done so many deals, right? And you got really excited about it. You paid your money, and it might not even been $20. Some of you have gotten into things that have been $500, $200, $1,000, $10,000, right? And you've gotten into these deals, and they didn't pan out the way that you thought they should. And so we host these hangouts and stuff so that it will help believe your belief system that this is something that absolutely works. And you know what? If it'll work for me, it'll work for you. If it works for Becky, it'll work for you. If it worked for Keisha, it'll work for you. Work for Mary, work for you. Torski, it'll work for you. You know what I'm saying? So we keep doing this. So tomorrow night, on Monday night, at the same time, actually not the same station. It'll be we'll have a different link. Get back with the person that invited you tonight. Get the link for tomorrow night, just in case you may need a little bit more, right? You may need to see a little bit more. But make sure that you get plugged in. Those of you who are ready to get started, we want to welcome you to the Unit of Prosperity. We are 30,000 strong or something at this point. Many of them are not even in the Facebook group, but we want to say welcome to you. Get started, you guys, because we're changing lives, and we might as well start with yours. So I look forward to seeing you guys. We'll be back here next Sunday at the same time, but join us Monday night, guys. I love you, and I will see you soon. Bye.